Bluesfantv. I'm here with Tony. We've just bottled 2-0, up to Leeds. Leeds has got 4 points against us this season. What do you make out of the game today?
I mean, let's be pretty honest. Ever since I saw the lineup against Arsenal in the League Cup in the second leg, kind of knew what Liam was about. We go 2-0 up. As soon as they went 2-1, right, change formation, get Garnacho on, keep Esteval on, who's our most prolific winger. He can do anything at any moment. You take him off. Why? Delap comes on for no reason whatsoever. Hatta, I'm hoping Cucurella is injured, otherwise that is absolutely diabolical for the medical team to take him off at half-time. Just, where's the tactics? And even from the get-go, we got lucky that Palmer and João seem to have quite a good link-up, right? Yeah. But ordinarily, why are you playing 3 centre midfielders in a game against Leeds? This isn't Bayern, this isn't Barcelona where you need to hold the midfield game. Leeds aren't going to come at you when they're 17th in the league. They're going to want to counter-attack, right? So why do you need 3 centre midfielders in the same team? But as much as I love Santos, he doesn't need to be in that team. Okay, in fact, we had 4 centre midfielders. Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo and Santos. 4 centre midfielders against Leeds. Now, you got lucky because Palmer and João in the first half were doing some fantastic link-ups, and that needs to be taken forward into the next games. However, 2-1 down, right, Leeds are 17th in the league, they need to stay up. They're going to come at you. Right, change your game, change your formation, get Garnacho on, I'd Santos off, Garnacho on, Steve on the other side of the wing and Palmer floating. Do not bring Delap on. João is fantastic on his own because he does things differently. He can hold the ball up and he has the Brazilian flair to flick it round the back like he did with a few chances. Don't get me wrong, Palmer has to score that goal in the end to win. He has to, but it's like Timo Werner's done plenty of times years gone by. You miss 2 yards out, it is what it is, but as much as I'm never against the manager for Chelsea, you cannot be that naive tactically. You've got to go for it. And to be honest, all this sort of stuff in the season, for me, begins with Maresca at Arsenal here, 2-2. Right? We are absolutely smashing them with 10 men. Go for the jugular. If we beat Arsenal here 3-2 in the league and we've got 10 men, 100% Arsenal do not beat us for the rest of the season because their confidence, they've just beaten us with 10 men. They won't beat us here next game. They won't beat us in the League Cup because you've got the confidence to go for them. Football's about confidence. If you feel like you can beat anyone, you will beat anyone. But the moment you start negative tactics against a team, that team goes, we've got you here. Yeah. And what's happened since then? The League Cup, Rossinha for some reason thought he was prime Mourinho and went defensive for 60 minutes. You're trying to win the game. If we lose that game 2-0 against Arsenal, we went for it, the fans wouldn't care, but we didn't. We went defensive for 70 minutes and then wondered why we lost, and then we still lost on aggregate 4-2. So your tactic has done nothing apart from seed negativity within the squad. We don't need that. The atmosphere is diabolical as it is enough in some of these games. We don't need your negative tactics. We need to go, you know what, no, we're Chelsea, we're going to go for the win and we're going to try and smash it, but he's not doing it. However, it all comes down to the board. The board and the owners, they are the issue here, and until they can learn to give a manager what they need, what Maresca wanted, what Pochettino wanted, this isn't going to change. But up the Chelsea, let's try for the next game and let's go for it. That's all we can do.
I absolutely agree with you, and now I'm starting to think, what's going on? Why are you forcing Santos into this squad? It looks like that's the main problem we've got today. We've played all through the season with the I-line, with 2 wingers, of course, fluid game and all these things. But the fact that you're trying to, bring in Santos into this game, it looks diabolical because we don't even know where Palmer is playing. Palmer sometimes is playing as a left wing, Esteval, 4 midfielders. To me, I don't really understand. I feel like if we had played a fluid game today, maybe we'll have 3-4-0, like you said. Leeds don't have anything to come out for us today. All they want to do is maybe defend, 2-0 or something. But at the end of the day, going forward, what do you think we need to change, and where are you seeing us going to the end of the season with this performance today?
I think, unfortunately, there's very little we can change because our January window was absolutely awful. I think that we're crying out for experience at the back, and even when Fofana comes on, he's not quite experienced enough. I love Josh started. I love Josh playing because he's even when he ran through 40, 50 yards, he just made something happen and made people move. And that's every season we play so one-dimensional football. We did it from Maresca, which really annoyed me the entire time he was here. Sideways, 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 backwards, sideways, sideways. There was no bursting through. The summer, we need to buy Van der Ven. We need him. We need him for experience, right? Get him. But the biggest issue with me was playing with 4 central midfielders. As when something goes wrong, you have no central midfielder to change the game because everyone's on, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you win 3-0, it looks amazing. Like he got flattered against Wolves, right? We won 3-1 because of 2 penalties against the worst team in the league. Had those 2 penalties not have been given for whatever VAR, because VAR is mad. You never know what's going to be given, right?
100%.
Had those 2 not been given, we draw to Wolves 1-0.
Yeah.
He's been very flattered against Napoli and against who is it? We won 3-2 as well.
Is it West Ham?
West Ham.
2-0 down. Then
we got very flattered. Why? Because he played a poor team and then brought his best players on to win the game. Have you start your best players, you don't get that. But now he's been flattered to deceive in these games as a manager. And I don't want to see him sacked for any moment, whatever. A manager needs to give him time, but don't think you're better than you are. Learn the squad, learn your tactics, and play the right players. And that's it. And he just needs to come up with a system that isn't going to involve too many of the same players in the same team. Right? As much as I hated the size football, Neto and Esteval give far more than 4 central midfielders. We're very lucky that Palmer is who he is. And João Pedro has still got the confidence and Brazilian flair to go, you know what, I'm going to fucking flick this round the corner. And I'm going to do something different because that's what the Prem needs. The Prem has become this stalemate chess bullshit that everyone watches Man City play. But once a player decodes that and does something different, no one knows what to do. Defenders haven't got a fucking clue because they're not used to it. Anyway, but Burnley, we'll see what happens on the next one. But yeah.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.